Welcome to Two Girls, Big Cups podcast, where we sip and spill on all things tumblers and so much more. Grab your big cup, join us for tumbler talk, pop culture chats, and those juicy conversations you've been itching to have. Cheers!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Two Girls, Big Cups podcast. I am Kelly Burns from Burns Boutique, and with me is Christina Smith from The Cup Smith. And I'm double fisting again today because I'm still sick.
I'm double fisting too today. And if you watched our last episode, Kelly was sick. And
I still am.
She still is. And it's a totally different day, totally different week.
It's been a week and a half.
It's not like we recorded 2 episodes or something on the same day, which we do sometimes, but this isn't the case with this one. She's just still sick.
I'm still sick. It's just my allergies. I'm a mess.
Yeah. I feel like, well, for one, colds just linger forever, but I feel like when the weather's nice, it just feels worse too, because like, I just want to be better.
Yeah.
And colds are like, no, you cannot. It's nice outside, so you must be sick longer.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently there's a lot of stuff going around too right now.
Yeah, there is.
Like, I guess there's a stomach bug. I guess COVID's been going around here again, and just strep, like other stuff. All sorts of things.
Yep. Strep is going around too. Yep. It's all going around. Yep. Kids are going back to school, and so everybody's getting back in together, of course, close quarters, so those germs are spreading again. So when does your son go back to school?
So Tuesday is his last day of summer camp, and then I think it's the 20th when he goes back, so like the next week. So we have like 4 days we've had to figure out like who's going to watch him and take care of him and stuff. But
yeah, we have a good solid, for sure, week. I can't remember if it's more than a week of there's no summer program before school starts. But our kids don't go back to school till after Labor Day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
That's pretty much how it always is. We had 1 year where they went back before Labor Day, so we're always later than everybody else. A lot of people are starting to go back to school right now. I've seen a few people post that their kids like had their first day of school.
Oh, early.
No, especially for us, for me, when our kids go back in September, beginning of September, I'm just like, already? I don't even have any school supplies or anything.
I know. I haven't even gone through any of that yet. But we have one city that's near me. They are on a 4-day-a-week schedule. And I think this last year was like the first year doing it. So I'd be curious to see like what their schedule's like. Like, do they get a shorter summer, like to make up for that, or how that works?
We have one district in our state that this year they're piloting a 4-day-a-week schedule. There was a lot of comments from parents. I work 5 days a week. I can't do 4. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. I'm curious about that. And then there's a lot of schools too that do like the year round, where their breaks aren't just in the summer. They do chunks of breaks throughout the year. I'm curious how that works for people too. I know a lot of people, or I've seen people comment that they really like it, or
well, like all my family's in like upstate New York, and I remember when I was a kid, we'd finish school for the year and we'd go like spend a little time out there for the summer, but like it'd be like as soon as we went on summer break kind of a thing, and we'd go out there and all my cousins were still in school for like another like week or two. Like they would always go like way later into the summer.
So we go later into the summer because we start later. They get done like June 2nd or 3rd is when my kids get done. And some people are done in like May, beginning in May. So
we're like end of May.
Yeah. What does school look like for you if you have school age kids? And are they back to school yet? Or are you more like me and you got a whole nother month left? Are you going out of your mind and you're like, back to school?
I'm not ready for my kids. What do you do with them in the summer?
Yeah. I'm not ready for my kids yet to go back to school. We're still enjoying it. We've got one more quick little like staycation we're going to do before they go back.
Nice.
Otherwise, we are pretty much done, but I'm not ready quite yet for them to go back.
I am, if it means fall. It's kind of cool today. And it's like you get that little taste of fall in the air. It's like,
it is definitely feeling like fall. Like I can feel it in the air. I can like smell it. And it makes me both happy and sad because I love fall, but I love summer and fall. Like I used to always love fall. Like that was my favorite season. But as I've gotten older, I've really been loving summer. So I'm sad to see summer go.
The only part of me that actually likes summer now is because we have a pool.
Yeah.
Like I think if we didn't have it, I'd probably be like, meh.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I have to. I just remember Trevor's birthday's on Monday. I haven't gotten him anything. Shit.
Write that down. You're running out of time.
Crap. That snuck up
you have
on
like
me
3 days.
I know, that just snuck up on me. Shoot, I know what I'm doing after this, I guess.
Yep. Yep.
Oops, he's hard to buy for.
Yep.
He's hard to buy for. Like, he's always like, I'm easy, just buy me something Chiefs. I'm like, that could be anything. And I've seen that man pick through hoodies and t-shirts. I'll be like, look at this one. He's like, I don't like that lettering. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you're pickier than you say. I'm like, it's not that easy. So well, like last year his brother gave me an idea, but I didn't consult the best friend and he got the same thing. So I'm like, how do I avoid that again?
I don't know.
I'll figure something out.
You'll figure it out. That's what you'll be doing.
Yeah. After this, I guess that's what I'm going to be doing. What is with this weird hair? There you go. The hair is going a little wild. It's like sticking out.
It was our third member. I was our guest. I didn't notice it though.
We need to have a guest.
We do. We need a guest.
Yes.
Give us your guest suggestions.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that. We talked about it for about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
I don't know. We're going to keep our eye out for a guest.
Yeah. What is your cup of the day, ma'am?
Oh.
I saw your plain white mug over there. I'm like, there's got to be a second one.
This is my coffee. I'm still drinking my coffee. It's not my cup of the day. My cup of the day is not from a maker. It's manufactured.
Boo. I'm kidding.
But it does not fit in a cup holder.
I'll see it.
It's giant. That's why I picked it.
Oh. I saw that video you sent of was that Tim's brother drinking out?
It was my brother. He was drinking out of it. We just came back from our big annual family gathering, and my future sister-in-law got these all for the family, and so I had to use this. Big cup. I kind of want to rhinestone it.
Do it.
I know, right?
You should.
I think
but like you should like sculpt some sprinkles on there though, and then bling those too. But then like so then you have because then I'll give some pop of color and stuff.
Yeah, that would be good. I keep looking at it and thinking like, oh, I should rhinestone this. But I also think like it'll take me the whole year. We talked about it in the last episode. We don't really do rhinestones. I mean, we do, but we don't. Like that's not our wheelhouse.
No.
But yeah, I keep thinking like, oh, this would be so cool, rhinestones. So that's my cup of the day. I'm running out of cups.
I know. we're gonna be recycling at some point.
Yeah. Well, I always want to shout. We both always want to shout out other makers in our community. My collection is small because I never had anywhere to store them now or display them. Now I do, so I'm slowly amassing a collection of different makers. But my wallet is also small, so the collection is very slowly growing. So Kelly has a very wonderful collection, but so let's see your cover.
Well, also half of my collection is my own tumblers too. So
yeah.
There's that. Okay. I'm going to apologize in advance. She probably isn't watching, but this maker, I believe, did we figure out she's from Turkey? I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she's from Turkey. So I'm probably going to say her name wrong. Mirka Fedorova. I'm probably saying that wrong, and I'm so sorry. But her business is White Lily, so we'll link everything below. But she does a lot of these really cool mugs.
Yes, they're amazing.
And she does a lot of like dog portrait ones too. And yeah, I like it. It's pretty.
Yes, it's amazing.
When I saw it, I snagged that sucker up. I'm like, I've gone international, guys. My dibs has gone international.
Yes, it's amazing. She's got a Voldemort one that she did.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That was really cool. I know, I took one look at it and everybody was like, I got something like that because I got Amanda's over there.
Yep. She's got some really cool, amazing ones. So we'll link her below in the description per usual.
Yes.
So be sure to check her out.
And if you have cheap big cups for sale, let us know because we're
let us know.
We're in the market.
Yep, we gotta beef up our collection.
But we're poor, so so sales, please.
Yeah,
let us know.
Let us know.
We're bargain shoppers.
Yep, bargain shoppers. Help us. We're poor.
I think everybody is right now.
Right.
That's why I just had to sell all that stuff for cheap. Like, gotta get it out.
I need some room. You got something in the mail.
Oh. Which one? The one I haven't opened yet?
I don't care. You got a couple things in the mail that you're going to share with us. So let's see the goods. Kelly got some really cool things.
We'll go craft first. First. I do have some stuff from see how I hid that. I like right over the phone. I have to hide all my goodies because I have a couple things to share. Okay, so I did get some stuff from Myra Makes It, Batty Glitter. I kind of ordered twice in 2 days. So they both came together.
Nice.
2 different packages. Like, whoops. So I have a couple to open.
Okay, so Myra Makes It. If you don't know it, we will link her socials and everything below. Kelly has a discount
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Kelly has a discount code, which we will, of course, include in the description. Myra has beautiful glitters. I have a couple of my own sitting on my shelf that I'm just looking at right now. They are so beautiful.
Yes.
And she has like UVDTF decals. She has merch. She's got all sorts of things.
Yep.
She's got tutorials. Yep, vinyls. She's got tutorials on her YouTube page. She has a mentorship group, all sorts of things.
So I don't need a lot of glitter, but I had to.
I know, it's so hard.
I know.
So pretty.
I know. So I was trying to pick based on, like things that maybe I don't have much of, or I could use in a different cut or things like that. So my first one, I will say too, I was also very tempted because Tuesdays are freebie Tuesdays, where if you order over, was it $20 before shipping, you get a freebie. It's either a free bottle of glitter, or for this week, it was a vinyl and decal set.
Nice. Oh, it's Oogie Boogie.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, Halloween coming up. Like, that's perfect because we're starting on Halloween stuff now. So I really, really wanted that. I'm like, okay, I can find a few glitters that I need. And so that's why I ordered. I'm like, I really want that. So I got this one. It's called Pumpkin Spice.
Ah, yes. I was just going to say.
A nice little orange. Yeah, I was like, that'll be perfect for like a Halloween cup. And then I'm a sucker for anything teal at all. So this one is Martha. So it's kind of a teal.
What's the name of it?
Lighting. Martha.
Martha. Okay.
Yes. And then this one is Nightmare. I kind of needed a new black because a lot of my blacks are like either too chunky and like super holographic or something. Yeah. Like I kind of needed a fine black. So I got that one.
Yeah.
So that was all from the Tuesday order.
Nice. Love those choices. Beautiful.
And a couple days later was the early release. If you're in her mentorship group in Betty University, you get access to stuff a day ahead of time.
Ah. So nice little perk there.
So then I had to do it again. Oh, what just fell out? Hold on. Okay. So for this one, these were newer releases. So we have Amok Amok Amok.
Ooh.
It's a nice little green. I'm gonna open it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So there's like little bats and things in there. You're probably gonna be able to see them.
Cool.
But there's definitely some like little chunky bats in there. And then Winifred, which is a chunky mix.
Ooh.
I really liked the shift on this one.
Yes.
And then this is why I ordered Sisters.
Oh.
But it's glow in the dark.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But it's like, I feel like I've seen lots of glow in the dark glitters before that just kind of looked okay on their own. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they're like really pretty when they glow. But I'm like, this is like really pretty on its own.
Yeah.
Like that's just gorgeous on its own. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I got to order again. And then since I'm getting all of these Halloween-y things, I had to get a decal that would
perfect.
Go with it. So
this book is fun. Perfect for you too.
Yeah. So I got some glitters and some decals. And
I will make Kelly send me a picture of all that I can insert it. So we can get a nice close-up of all those glitters and stuff. So we'll insert that.
Yes.
Okay. I really want to see.
Okay. So I have one more. It's not an unboxing. Everything's been opened. It's all been done. But I have to just share it because I think this is really cool. Okay. So I have done some Harry Potter subscription boxes before. I did the Wizarding Trunk for a little bit. I was happy with like the first couple. I didn't love the last one. I was, And then I heard about the Trunk of Requirements. And if you follow my stuff, then you've maybe seen that. I rep with a 3D print company that does a lot of Harry Potter stuff. We'll link them below, KR3 Fantastic Prints. So I have a code and everything with them. But they were going to have some pieces that were going to be in this other subscription box called the Trunk of Requirements. And she gave me a little sneak peek. So I was like, I'm getting this. And I read up a little
sold.
Yes, I was like sold. But I was also really intrigued because it's like a puzzle. You have to there's actually clues and things you have to, cipher and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, it's kind of a game element to this. Okay.
So do you have to figure out these clues in order to open things? Or?
No.
Okay.
So this is my very first one ever. So I don't know if they're all done this way. I've kind of skimmed through some videos of this other guy doing some unboxings, and there were things he was doing with the light and then the color changed on it. And so I think they can all be kind of different in how they work. But what was funny was I started to record an unboxing of it. And I thought I would sit there and do the whole thing on video and try to solve it and stuff. I was so lost on how this whole thing worked. And yeah, that video alone is its own blooper. It didn't end up happening. I ended up doing it all off to the side. But the best part was, as I'm taking things apart, I'll show you the piece. there's a piece that's light sensitive for sound. So as soon as it came out of the box, even the little crevices, the light came through, and it's singing to me. I'm like trying to shut that, and I think it stopped, and it keeps. I'm like, so I'm trying to like do this video, and this thing won't shut up. So right now, it is actually under a tumbler to hide from the light, because as soon as I turned my lights on above my desk, it started again. But each one has a theme. So the theme of this one, it was like a trident. So Black Lake, Mer people, like that was the whole theme of it.
Okay. So what is the name of the company again?
It's the Trunk of Requirements.
Okay, that's the name of the company. Okay, I didn't know if that was like the package or whatever.
Yeah, that's the subscription, but this one was a trident theme. So you get, whenever you get it, there's, and again, this is my first one. Might all be different. But there was a little sheet that had all the different pieces that are in here, a little description of each. But these are also clues.
Okay.
There are some clues in that.
Cool.
We have our map that has a little
QR code.
It's a QR code for your password once you've solved it.
Whoa.
So once you have solved it and you figure out this password, you scan it and put in your password. So that's kind of what you're solving in this whole thing.
Oh, cool.
But we have like the little, what they call like the little rune glyph kind of things that you have to, cipher through. And so those symbols are all through the box. They're on all the little pieces. But here's what got me, is that some of those are totally a distraction.
Oh.
And I'm sitting here going, I can't, but these symbols are different than what's on there. How do I figure these out? And I'm like surfing the internet, and I'm like trying to figure out what some of these symbols mean. I'm looking through all the things. And it wasn't until I reached out to one of like the other brand ambassadors with that company. I'm like, has anyone figured out their box? Like I couldn't figure it. So I had someone giving me some clues a little bit that helped a lot. Okay. And he's like, yeah, you don't need to know any of that. I'm like, oh. He's like, I was like, I can't figure out this candy bag and what all those symbols mean. He's like, yeah, you don't need to know that. He's like, that's just a distraction. I was like,
this thing I wasted all this time on, I didn't even need to.
Right, because it's like, I'm assuming everything in this matters. Apparently not.
Oh, funny.
So it's nice to have some friends on the inside to help you.
Yeah.
But here's the main thing I wanted out of this. I will show you this here. It does have some rocks that it can be attached to. I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, cool. Yes. That's awesome.
They're cool. They're cool. So that was one of the prints they did for it. But it's like top heavy once you put that trident and stuff in there. So it's like I still have to attach it to the rocks. And then we have a Grindylow skull.
That's cool.
But you can see like it has a couple symbols here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So those symbols were on the map. I don't want to say too much, Mm-hmm. On the off chance somebody has one of these and they're still solving it. So I'm not going to say a whole lot. Okay, it's not singing. I'm taking the cup off the egg. I can't say much about that. The egg is shut right now. I don't know if it's going to stop. I'm going to put it in the dark, but I don't know if it'll stop. Oh, it did. Okay. But that's cool. Because of those little crevices, the light was getting through and it was making it go. And I'm sitting here trying to record and show things off and talk about whatever's in it. And it's like, then it would just start again. I'm like,
who's taunting you?
Eventually I was like, screw this. I'm not recording this.
Right.
This, I think, is my favorite part. Now, this came all bound together.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a little belt.
Oh, cool. It's like a trident buckle.
But it was bound around this book.
Cool. The Great Black Lake. That is so
but
cool.
Then there's some puzzly things on the side here with some symbols, and so it all ties together. Oh, and then
cool.
And it glows in the dark.
Oh, awesome.
I know.
Saltwater gillyweed. That's so cool.
And then there's still the actual candies. Tongue tickling, squiddling eggs.
Cool.
I did try one. It's kind of like a piece of taffy almost.
It's like what? You kind of cut out there.
It's kind of like a taffy.
Oh,
almost
okay.
like a little sweet
Interesting.
taffy. But yeah. And there's
so cool.
there's like a little riddly thing around the side, and there's like just I enjoyed it. Even though it was a little confusing, and especially when it's your first one and you're like, does something open up something else? Like, you kind of don't know what to expect. Like, it's a little confusing at first, but I'm excited. I'm going to keep doing it. I think they're cool.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, are you happy with it? Would you do it again? Okay.
Yeah, and even really just the cost and then the items I got, like just that value ratio alone, I'm like, that's cool. Like, like there is definitely value in what I got and what I paid for,
Yeah. How long did it take you, do you feel like? Was it like hours?
No. I mean, I probably spent, I don't know, maybe an hour. I probably spent like a half an hour just kind of like going through it and just looking at it and just, like, okay, there's symbols on this one. Okay, those symbols are the same on that. Like, there was like probably just a half hour processing, like alone. And then probably maybe an hour of just trying to solve symbols and Google different rune symbols and things. And but then I hit a point where I just kind of gave up. But realistically, I had solved it. I just didn't realize I had solved it, basically. There was just like one key thing where I just needed to find a certain word that stood out on here. And that kind of helped lead things. So
Got it.
But once I had to have a little help on that part.
Sure.
So.
Cool. That's cool.
And it's not easy to find cheats either, because trust me, I was trying. I was trying to find someone who solved it to watch how they did it, because I was so lost for a minute, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was just, but it wasn't out there.
So that leads me to my next question. Do they ever at like a certain point then like give you the solution?
I'm not sure, honestly. Like I said, it's my first one. But there are YouTubers and stuff that will do it on camera and everything. So, I'm sure probably about them, but I'm sure they're also respectful of other people's time to not spoil it. So I'm sure it probably gets out there at some point
eventually.
Like I will say, as I was trying to find I did end up finding one video where someone was kind of struggling, because there's two things you have to do at the same time. And once I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay. Like so there was a tip out there, but not anything of like someone fully solving it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But now I want to figure out how to put this on a book sleeve and copy it.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, cool. I like it.
On your Kelly exclusive. Yeah, I want to get one of those. My family's a big puzzle, like that type of puzzle family. So like we like to go to escape rooms and figure things out.
We did something like this once, and I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was like a murder mystery kind of version. Oh, what was it called? I can't remember. But it was like, we did it like at the beginning of COVID. Because it's like we couldn't really go out and have date nights and stuff. And we were trying to figure out like things we could do at home together. And so I got that box. But the problem was there was like so much reading.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and not like little things like
my
husband doesn't either. Not really. It's like he likes to read articles and stuff, but it was like, because it was like this murder mystery kind of thing. So you have all these files to look through and all these papers, and I'm just like,
you're like, can we skip that?
Yeah.
Is that really important? Can we just have a cliff note?
If I remember right, though, it was like, I want to say it wasn't just like, here's your box for this case.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you had like 4 things shipped to you.
Oh, interesting.
Like a once a week, or it was something cool. Like that. So it was like you solved the first part, you submitted the person that you were ruling out as like not the killer. Like, okay, from all this we know it's not this person now, and you'd submit that name, and it would say like, yes, you got it, and then you get the next week's, and then you would do that and stuff. And I want to say by like, yeah, I think it was something like that, but it was all to like ultimately find it out at the end, you know.
Sure.
I think we got to like the 3rd one, and my husband was like tapped out. Like, he's like, yeah, like he wasn't into it. And I'm like, I don't want to do it myself, but yeah, I kind of want to know who killed her, but I'm pretty sure it's that dude. Yeah, whatever. It was probably him, and I just like let it go.
Oh, that's funny. We've done those at home ones, but like not like that where you have to like submit to whatever. And the ones we've done, like, it's not like a ton of reading, and it's more figuring out puzzles and stuff like
that. It had a lot to it, and there was like little trinkets and things, and I don't know. It was almost like too much.
Yeah,
like there was like there was sometimes like something where you'd have to go on your phone. Like, you'd have to go on the phone to look at a certain thing, and it's like, can't it all just be in front of me, or can't it all be like, I don't know. It was too
many steps. Yeah. I can see why you would lose interest in that.
And that was definitely like probably like a 3-hour kind of a thing. Whereas I think if it was like slightly more simple, more like an hour-long type of deal, it would have been better. It was just kind of a little too much. Too much solving.
Right. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah. Speaking of husbands.
Uh-oh, what did Tim do now?
Nothing. Well, actually, he did. He gave us an idea. As we were getting ready for this podcast, my husband was like, well, I have a good podcast. What are you going to talk about? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, you can talk about me. So that gave me an idea that we could talk about support systems. Who is your support person, if you have one, and are they actually supportive? Because my husband is my support system. Your support system could look different. It could be your sister, your mother, your brother, your wife. And my journey with my husband has been super supportive, not so supportive, super supportive, not so supportive. And I just figured it'd be a good topic to talk about what it looks like and how you navigate through that. We've seen a lot of like comments on Facebook of people being like, my spouse is not supportive. What do I do? Or
look at this awesome Turner my husband just built me. Or
you know, things like that. So for me personally, I would say my husband is pretty darn supportive for the most part, I would say. Especially like in the beginning, I think he was like, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want. And then probably the more time it takes me away, the less supportive he gets, which is understandable.
Sure.
And then I'm like, hey, you're not being quite so supportive. And he's like, oh yeah, okay. Well, maybe you could find a better way so that it doesn't take you away so much. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know. It goes back to communication though, which is a pretty big theme of ours throughout many episodes that we've talked about, the importance of communication. What is your support system? And what does it look like for you?
Well, I'd say my husband can be back and forth in a way. I think it all probably comes down to how much do you inconvenience them.
Yeah, right?
If your absence because you're doing your business makes their life a little harder, they're a little less likely to feel supportive, I feel like.
And like to what degree?
Right.
Is it a little inconvenient or is it a lot inconvenient?
Right. So like in the very beginning when I first started doing it, you know, or even in a sense of they might seem so supportive because they don't want you to inconvenience them anymore. So like when I first started, I'm in the kitchen getting glitter all over the place. And he's like, yeah, this is not happening anymore. But rather than just being like, you need to find somewhere else how to do it, like you figure it out, it was like, hey, I'm going to build you a table in the craft room so you can do it in there now. Thank you, honey. Like, you know, so that kind of stuff, you know, he built my little table for me. And my room has changed a ton since the beginning. And
me too.
He put that desk together and he got those cabinets and he got these, he painted those. He helped set all this up, you know, he built my glitter rack. Like, you know, he's done a lot of things to help me have the space I need and stuff. But I would definitely say there's been times I would feel a lack of, or, you know, if they don't quite get what we do, then there could be moments of it like where you're just like, look, it turned out so good. And they're like, oh yeah, that looks great. It's like, no, you're supposed to have the same energy. Like, wow, babe, that turned out awesome. Like that's what we want and expect. And so when we sometimes don't get it, it's like, okay, well, I thought it was cool. Like, I think that was our, you know, our actions like, okay, well, I thought it was pretty neat.
You just spent like so many hours on this. Right? You have no idea
enthusiasm
how difficult this was. And you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
But I think that's also just men. Yeah. You know, like you can get some fabulous hairdo and look freaking awesome. And they're like, looks nice.
Yeah. You're like, what?
Like that's just manning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a time I would say where I was kind of transitioning from like where it was keeping me busier, but financially there was no gain. So it's kind of like, why are you doing this again? Like, why is this taking up so much of your time? Why are you always in there? You know? And like they don't see that benefit, I guess.
Yeah.
So like, cause there was a kind of a weird transition time there. And, but then once I kind of started my group and suddenly I was actually profiting for the first time ever, you know, cause I think in the beginning when you're doing a lot of like, just like local sales and small stuff, you're just kind of breaking even and it's just kind of like a hobby business type thing. Right. That's definitely how mine was, at least in the beginning. You know, and so when you're trying to grow, you have to put in more time and effort, but you're not seeing those benefits yet. And so that can kind of be a time that I think is, you know, a little harder. But, you know, when I wanted to start my group and I first kind of approached him on that, I really didn't know how he was going to respond because I'm like, you'd have to be full parent mode in the evenings. Like I'd have to be in there doing that. But, you know, he was on board and we've been at that for almost 2 years now. And it's been fine. So he's like, all right, go have your class. Like, you know, so I think now that he actually sees the results of the hard work, you know, it's a little easier to be supportive and stuff.
Right.
You know, once you actually be like, oh, all that hard work they're doing is resulting in something, you know, I think it's a little easier for them to get on board and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
But I'd say my biggest supporter though has got to be my little guy, my little Ethan, because he just loves seeing the stuff I make. And now he's in this little thing where it's like he'll see something I'm doing and he's like, you know what you could do? You could add this character and you could do the thing. Like, and he like starts like giving me ideas and things. And a couple times I'm like, that's freaking brilliant. like he's had a couple ideas. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm doing that.
I didn't even think of that.
Right. Like there's totally a couple times. Yeah. Or there's one time he suggested something. I'm like, buddy, I already did that. And I had to like show him like a cup I did. It's like, oh.
Nice.
Yeah. But he thinks it's all really cool. And Yeah, he likes to give ideas and see what I'm doing. And sometimes if I'm working in the kitchen or something at the counter, just so I can be out with family and everything. Yeah. Like I try to do that a lot. He'll come out and be like, "Can I play with clay?"
Yep.
So I'll go grab the Sculpey 3 and the pasta roller. I'm like, "Here you go."
Yep. I bring my kids into my craft room, and I have another like little desk area, and so they'll use like my not as good clay and they'll be at my other desk and they'll make little things. And, I'll be working at my desk and they'll be like, "Can you bake this, Mom? Can you bake this?" Yep, just add it to the pile. So yeah, these little like, I don't know what they are, figurines that they've all made and stuff. It's cute to spend time with them while they're doing that. But yeah. What tips do you have for people whose support person, significant other, isn't so supportive? I don't know. It's hard.
I'm kidding. Oh, I'm totally kidding. You know, I don't know. I think
it's like keep rocks.
Right? I think it depends on the extent of lack of support. I mean, if you are constantly being given crap for what you're doing,
right?
That's a relationship. Yeah. So it's like it depends on to what extent we're talking, because could be more.
There could be some other issues.
Yeah, or other things that are leading to that. If it's just more of like, you know, financial support, I could kind of see that too. Just you know, it can be especially just because of today's economy.
Right.
You know, I could see someone being a little hesitant to be like, "You want to start a Tumblr business and buy all these things?" It's kind of, you know.
Right.
I could see that too, just because it's a risky time to start a new business venture, you know.
Right. And that's when you got to go slow, as hard as it is, you know. And there's every week, you know, these companies come out with, I mean, we literally just talked about it earlier in the episode about how like, well, you didn't need any more glitter and you bought two orders because it's so hard. It's so hard, right? It's so hard. You see these beautiful things and like, oh, it's free. Oh, I want to buy that. It's so hard. I know. Especially when you're starting out. It's so hard to not want to buy all the things. But if you don't have a supportive partner, or they're not as, you know, as supportive, they don't see the vision, the whatever, you gotta rein it in and start slow and use those orders that you do get to fund those future purchases and stuff.
Yeah. And if it's something where they're just not supportive in the sense that they're just like not interested, well, there's other people out there that can be supportive for you. You know, my husband has some hobbies that, like, he's a huge disc golf guy. He loves to go play disc golf. I don't know crap about disc golf. He's tried to get me to go a couple times. I'm like, listen, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to go on a big hike. I have bad ankles. You know that. I am not about to go hike through the woods and throw disc, which I'm not good at. And
ticks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have to check them for ticks all the time. And I'm just like, I know it's not my thing. You're not going to make it my thing. And it's okay for us to have different things. Like, that's
good.
I support you and go doing what you want. And that's actually like, okay, so here's a good example. That is how we also balance supporting our hobbies, is that like on the weekends, he wants to go play disc golf. Okay, he's going to go do that early Saturday morning. Okay, so then at some point Sunday, him and Ethan are going to go to a park for a couple hours. And then I get a couple hours to do my thing. Like we'd kind of try to trade off some free time a little bit or something. So like, that's kind of one way that we sort of support each other's things and kind of compromise, allowing each other to have that time and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's something where your partner's just like really not into it, maybe they're just not into the sculpting, maybe they're not into the art, maybe they're just like, hey, what you're doing is cool, it's just not for me. Like, you can show me your stuff, but that's it. There are other makers out there that would love to support you. Like, there's a whole community of people. We're here. Yeah. Like, you know, there's plenty of people that can support you. You can have friends support you, coworkers, you know, like there's plenty of other people out there that can give you that same, you know, love and support that you need as, you know, as you're venturing through your business.
Absolutely.
That's why you and I talk every single day. And that's why I come to you if I'm feeling, if I feel like
Absolutely.
I need support or love for something or whatever, I'm like, hey.
Absolutely. And then we can be like, this jerk over here, he didn't understand how much work and effort I put into this. And then we'll be like, whoa, that idiot. This is amazing. Because we get it.
Yeah.
Because it's not when, somebody doesn't like it to the extent you want it to. Yeah. But eventually you understand that, they just don't get it.
Yeah, do I want him to come to me and show me all these discs that he's buying and tell me about all the different ones and why this one's... No, I actually really don't. So I get it, and I'm not going to push myself on him. Like, if he doesn't, I can read. I'm like, if I can tell he's not interested, like, I'm just like, okay, and I'm just going to move on, and I'll just go talk to you about it. Like,
you got to find your village, other places if you're not getting it from your person that you wanted to, because they just don't get it.
My mom's not like a super artistic-y person, but she loves to see all the stuff I'm working on.
Yeah.
Anytime they come over, she ends up coming in my craft room to be like, "What you doing now?" And oh yeah, I'm doing this one this week. And is that the one you're teaching this month? I'm like, oh yeah, like
that's so cute.
She doesn't do anything remotely close to this stuff, but she's just being supportive. So she's like, show me your things.
That's cute. I love that.
Or even coworkers, because when I first started, and I was just doing like your glitter cups and stuff, my first customers were all my coworkers.
Yep.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were the ones buying me up in the beginning, which then gave me things I could post. And then that's how it got to grow from there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you find people in the Facebook groups and whatever, when you start sharing your stuff, that are sometimes, the same people comment on your posts, and then you start to build relationships that way, and you're like, oh, I remember that name. They've been commenting on my stuff, and then you start to build a community that way too. Happens organically, takes time, but it's where we're a community. I love it. But yeah. All right.
We'll wrap it up.
Anything else? I don't think we have anything else. It's a little shorter of an episode this week, but normal length, I guess.
I'm still not firing all cylinders, so it's fine. Okay. I swear though, if I'm still sick by the next time we record, there's a problem.
You're gonna riot. You're like, enough.
If that happens, I will be here, no makeup, with a blanket on my head, just like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm done.
I'm so done with being sick.
Tapped out. Like,
that's funny. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. We'll let Kelly get back to her sick bed or whatever she's doing. Let us know your support system. I don't know. I'm like rambling here. I'm like, what did we talk about?
Are you getting sick too?
No. My brain apparently is like done. My brain's like, we're done now. So wrap it up. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell, share, comment, do all the things. We love supporting you. Please support us. We appreciate it so much. Thanks everybody for joining us today. We will see you on our next episode. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh my God.